How are you all doing? Welcome back to Peepo Coin Channel. I hope that today is fantastic for everyone. Taco Tuesday has arrived, a live webcast after one of my favorite days. Wednesday, Thursday was what was formerly a softball kickball, and Friday was payday. There's always something going on, right? Let me tell you that. However, there is a lot to discuss regarding Ripple's next step in this episode. He might turn the cryptocurrency world upside down, and nobody anticipated this. We will dissect everything and investigate BlackRock's behind-the-scenes activities. Gemini listing RLUSD. Without further ado, everyone, just sit back and relax. We will now examine Ethereum and what Morgan Stanley said regarding XRP and the M2 money supply. Let's get started with Bitcoin. $93,879. Right now, it has down 2.4% over the last day, with Ethereum trading at 1,776%. As XRP is sitting at a mean lean 2009 cents, it is currently down 1.9%, with both USDT and USDC trading at their 99-cent pegs. Not too shabby in my opinion. The overall market value of cryptocurrencies is $2 trillion, which puts us at an all-time high of about $20 billion. It's all right. As if we're okay. We are in a great position to keep moving forward. This bull cycle, hopefully, we reach that $5 to $7 trillion threshold. Time will tell, though. Today, we included this in the first video. The first video was not available for you to view. The second video was heard by you. Boom, boom, boom. Join the trade group now. Take a look. New deals and market analysis are released every morning. This group is free. I will begin creating videos specifically for this group. I'm recording my travels. If you'd like, you can join the voyage. This group is up more than 300%. VanWinkleRipple.com. It's as easy as that. I'm going to provide additional worldwide M2 alpha. He's correct. This is the greens chart. M2 oranges Bitcoin. You can see how the M2 changed after that, and Bitcoin's current position is delayed. Keep in mind that there is a 4 to 8 week wait. You know what follows, though? The value of Bitcoin will increase and skyrocket. Then we have this. Possess more than 1 trillion, or pardon me. I just printed 1 billion USDT last night. All of this money is going to eventually make its way into the cryptocurrency market. Everything. When is the question? And after all, stuff has been accumulating for a while. People ask, isn't the price moving? If you've been listening, well, because they are holding it and printing it. The whole market capitalization of cryptocurrencies has increased as a result. However, no one else has responded. Everything is about to blow up because they are printing and holding this. Revealed the BlackRock 13F filing. In other words, BlackRock has more than $54 billion in Bitcoin. Holdings tied to Bitcoin, I should say. Please pardon me, let's check to make sure. $5.4 billion. Do you mean me? That's crazy. Additionally, Gemini declared that RLUSD can now be traded on Gemini. Instead of XRP, this is on the Ethereum network. Only RLUSD was listed on Ethereum. We relaunched XRP today, and if you haven't already, check out the largest XRP Ripple News website in one place. No, it has no bearing whatsoever on the price or how the XRP ledger is used. Throughout the day, new content updates are provided. You're likely to find somewhere between 15 and 20 articles covering all the most recent happenings. Everything from Ripple and XRP price research to anything else. I mean, I got up this morning and slept for 6 hours. I wrote an essay about how XRP outperformed Bitcoin and Ethereum in the first quarter rally. We actually broke it down and examined XRP's performance in the first quarter as well as our future direction. However, I want to discuss the next step in this situation. Garlinghouse essentially dropped the bombshell on us in that core report. No, it's not merely a publicity gimmick. Do not be concerned. This isn't just a faint hint to something spectacular that will happen soon. Ripple has taken its most decisive action to date. Additionally, it might affect your wallet, international crypto legislation, and the future of XRP. Brad, what are we going to dissect? According to this research, it might cause the biggest upheaval the cryptocurrency industry has seen in years. It also explains what it implies for Ripple and US XRP holders. It may be the most crucial aspect of all, but hardly nobody is really discussing this portion of the news. Therefore, people don't start snatching through the video. It's imperative that you turn it up and pay attention to the big picture. Ripple's initial public offering. First, some background information. Ripple is not your typical blockchain business. If you own XRP, you probably already know this. The company Ripple was founded in 2012. It has over 20 billion XRP in it. It has more than 100 financial institutions as partners. Right now, I believe that figure is far greater. About 500 or 600 years have passed since Ripple last issued a statement, which was probably a few years ago. Thus, we might also be near 800 or 900. Ripple has partnerships with several of our biggest banks. Among the prominent ones are Santander and SBI. And in spite of the SEC's intense legal struggle, Ripple has been expanding behind the scenes, even if the litigation is still somewhat hanging over them. However, Ripple scored now that the litigation is essentially done. Well, we could call that a partial victory. We may declare it a complete victory. They had to pay a lot of money after all, whatever you want to call it. After all, Ripple prevailed, right? For public sales, XRP is not considered a security under US law, which is precisely what we wanted. Additionally, Ripple has permission to advance rapidly in the US markets. Furthermore, what could be more aggressive than Ripple going public on the US stock exchange? Although they now stated that it would not occur this year, it will undoubtedly occur at some point in the future. At the moment, they don't require money. Correct? Since you would require a raise, you only go public when you are in dire need of funds. The worst part is that Braden stated the IPO would take place in the United States. He also made the cunning remark that they were searching the entire world for the ideal market. The crypto community was shivering after reading that one line. Why? Since it's a clue to something more profound. Now let's discuss the actual Ripple technique that we are examining. When it comes time to go public, Ripple may be getting ready to completely leave the US markets. Consider that. The US, which is supposed to be the world's financial center, is suddenly so anti-crypto that Ripple may list abroad. That is a big claim. However, Brad went so far as to say in his comment that the US is lagging behind in terms of innovation in digital assets. He's not merely making fun of you. He's moving. Additionally, it's a move that could greatly benefit XRP holders. An IPO, even outside of the US, would immediately garner Ripple a great deal of media attention, give the XRP ecosystem more legitimacy, and make Ripple's financials publicly available so that everyone can see that openness breeds confidence. Draw in institutional investors who are able to purchase Ripple stock but not XRP. However, it also performs another function. It distinguishes the market value of XRP from the company value of Ripple. The dilemma now arises, which is where things start to become interesting. This sounds excellent then. This sounds fantastic. XRP pumps when Ripple goes public, garners media attention, and attracts new investors, right? Not so quick, actually. Brad himself acknowledged that this is a true difficulty. The majority of people are still unaware of the distinction between XRP and Ripple, which could have both negative and positive effects. Many investors believe that XRP should rise in tandem with Ripple's stock if it rises after the